Yo, what's good? It's your boy Tap, and I'm back like a quick attack. And this time, I'm a rock type trainer. And we get two 4-1s with this set. And no, we did not use Bastiodon. Okay, now, as you can imagine, it's going to be pretty hard to be a rock type gym leader. Rock types have a lot of weaknesses. And so let's get into the advantages and disadvantages of the rock type. Now, as a rock type gym leader, our rock type moves are super effective against fire, ice, flying, and bug. Our moves are not very effective against fighting, ground, and steel. Now, the typings that we resist include normal, fire, poison, and flying. And the move typings that are super effective against us include water, grass, fighting, ground, and steel. So a whole five typings that we have to worry about. Okay, now let's talk about the team. Right now, we have a lot of typings to worry about, and again, when you're a gym leader, you sometimes have to accept that you're going to lose to a certain typing, or it's just going to be a very uphill battle with said typing. And for us today, that typing is steel. It's very unfortunate that we decided to settle on that because Scizor is a extremely common Pokemon. But I do see that there was some kind of rhyme or reason behind this team, and I will give some credit to Chat. Chat did give me this idea of a double Psywave because yeah, so as a rock type, we're extremely weak to fighting, right? And so we have some fighting type neutrality in the back with our psychic and rock types, both running Psywave that will do super effective damage to the fighting types that we normally have to worry about. That being Primeape and Annihilate. Now, the rock typing is also weak to grass and water. So you can see our thought process is that we can neutralize the grass and water in the front. And if we do have a neutral matchup, we can do an ABB style where we use one of our Psy Wavers to bait out the strongest water or grass type um, or ground type. Those things are all neutralized by our lead Pokemon, Cradily, right? So yeah, we gave up on trying to fight back against steel types, just hoping not to see Scizor, and we have an ABB line to fight against fighting types. Now that we understand the advantages and disadvantages of being a rock type gym leader and the advantages and disadvantages of our team strategy, let's get into this battle. All right, now getting into the first battle as a rock type gym leader, and we see a horrible lead right away, but we're probably able to show an example of what we mean when we use an ABB team. So we have two things in the back that neutralize the fighting type damage. It's unfortunate that we're psychic and we're still weak to the ghost type damage of the Rage Fist that Primeape carries, and he gets to them really fast in 4 Karate Chops. It's a very useful Pokemon for the speed. We are able to bait out a Steel type Pokemon, which is really good for us. Our entire team is weak to Steel types, so just getting some shield advantage or neutralizing this thing in some kind of way is pretty sick. We overfarm just as much as we can before we send another rock slide. Now all of the damage we have for this Empoleon is resisted damage, so it won't be doing a lot. But fortunately for us, Empoleon is not the bulkiest Pokemon. Because Empoleon is here though, with an energy head start, and they already know who our lead Pokemon is, we are in a lot of trouble. I don't imagine this ends up being a win, but we are neutralizing the flying type damage of Drill Peck and the water type damage of Hydro Cannon. So we aren't completely helpless in this situation. They do settle for Drill Peck. They should have went for Hydro Cannon, honestly. It is the harder hitting move with both of those damages being neutral. But I get it. You see a grass, you send a flying type damage. We don't want to give that Primeape a head start at all, so we get out. We do send one asset probably in overtap. We're gonna have to let this first move go. Hopefully they're not cheeky and they do some kind of close combat and dip. But they do. We do healthily live that close combat, and so we continue to do some sidewave damage. And I think I don't want to lose this energy, so I am going to shield up this. What's definitely going to be a Rage Fist. They send a Rage Fist, and we are going to be able to commit to the farm down. We still have a substantial amount of health on our Cradily, so it really depends on what the last Pokemon is. The last Pokemon is Dusknoir, and I imagine that this game is not going to be a win. And it's a non-Shadow Dusknoir, so yeah, I mean, I imagine we top left, and yeah, so we lose a battle as a Rock-type gym leader in the Great League. Really rough. Okay, now getting into the next battle, and I see for this battle, we actually switch out one of our Psy Wavers that being Lunatone, and we put in Colossal. Now, Colossal is an extremely bulky Pokemon, so now we have a pretty bulky team because Cradily in the front is extremely bulky, and so is my boy. Now, I like to do this cheeky thing here. It doesn't work on everybody, but I like to like pretend that I care about the damage and that I'm going to debuff your next move, but really I'm gonna throw the grass knot. Let's see if it works on this particular opponent. It does work on them. They're thinking that I'm going to Rock Tomb debuff, and the last Pokemon, not the last Pokemon, the second Pokemon ends up being Bastiodon, and we're in a really rough position. I do decide to debuff it, and yeah, I mean, I guess debuffing it makes it so that the damage they don't do a lot of damage in the first place, but now we can stay in this matchup a little bit longer. Hmm. And I don't really want this Bastiodon to see my Colossal, but we end up switching anyway, and we bait out a Morpeko. Now this is terrifying because Morpeko just across the board has just really strong damage. The thing about Morpeko though is once it hits the field, you can guarantee some shields. And the good thing is if we can maybe get this thing into electric mode before we bring back in our Cradily, we might be in a good position. But our Cradily is pretty low, so I can see a boosted electric or Aura Wheel actually still taking us out. So let's not really get our hopes up. Morpeko does go for an Aura Wheel. It boosts their attack stage by one. And they are in the dark mode, so we don't have anything that we can do. They CMP tie us there on a Rock Tomb, and I guess my only hope is that there's Psychic Fangs in here, and they do Psychic Fangs here. We do call it Psychic Fangs bait, which is that was our best bet there. I don't really want to be going down shields with the Bastiodon with Stone Edge in the back, and so we're probably able to. Oh no, we actually get the final shield from Morpeko. This Morpeko's ramped up, and so they're desperate. But our fire spin damage is enough to take out the rest of the Morpeko before they can get to a move. Now it's Colossal, a fire type and rock type. Now rock doesn't resist rock, so this smackdown damage, which is a rock type move, is super effective against our Colossal. But look at our health; it's not going anywhere, and we're boosting up our flame charges right now. We're boosting up our fire spin damage with the flame charge, and the next flame charge would hit even harder. We can easily shield this up. We're both running 3-turn moves, so we can throw whenever we want. We can overfarm if we want in CMP, or we can just go straight for the flame charge. And we do one more and then send a flame charge. Now this flame charge should do way more than the first one did because it was boosted. And look, it gets it extremely low. It looks like we're probably able to get the farm down after that, and we are able to beat a Bastiodon team without using Bastiodon as a rock type gym leader. GG's. Okay. Now get into the next battle as a rock type gym leader. It's Cradily into Morpeko. This is a fantastic lead. We don't have to shield the first move that they throw. We do have to shield the second one, but we resist their fast move damage and their biggest move while they're in electric mode. While they're in dark mode, they will be doing a lot of damage to us. It'll be neutral, but it'll look super effective because Morpeko broken. We're counting here, and I do remember this battle because when I'm reviewing, it's hard to talk and count at the same time. But while I'm playing, I'm actually counting, and I know no shield did that because we can no shield the first move in the first place. But I think I remember this game, and they go for Psychic Fangs twice. They never ever charge up to the Aura Wheel. Yeah, so they go for Psychic Fangs twice because I remember like, yo, wait a minute, this is just Psychic Fangs. So they go for Psychic Fangs twice, and we're able to get a Rock Tomb off. And you know how Morpeko trainers go. They're going to try and shield this up. And yeah, they go ahead and they shield it up, and they switch into an Azu. Now, this is pretty sketchy because normally the damage from Azu, being that of the bubble damage at least, would be neutral. But because of the Psychic Fangs debuff twice, this bubble damage is starting to look super effective. They squandered one of their shields on Morpeko, so they don't want to squander a shield on Azu, and we still need 2 moves to get rid of this Azu anyway. I wouldn't mind. Okay, so we save a Rock Tomb and we switch over into our Psywave user of that of Solrock, and this is good because unless they're on Hydro Pump, we're pretty much chilling. We can just get a little farm down here, and they send an Ice Beam. It does a lot of damage actually, but I like having the energy here and also a fully loaded Rock Tomb ready for whatever in the back. You know how more Pico trainers go. They came in, so they're probably gonna shield. And there we are. We get another shield from the more Pico trainer. And they CMP tie us on the next weather ball. They end up settling for Psychic Fangs, and we're a Psychic type. So that was not the right play. I guess they were thinking maybe I might shield to try to like preserve my Soul Rock, but no. They switch in a Talon Flame, and we resist everything that Talon Flame can bring to a matchup, that being Brave Bird or Fly or Flame Charge. So we're in a fan. I don't even know why we didn't just over farm here, but the Rock Blast actually doesn't take them out. We don't have to respect any of their damage with a shield. Opponent understands that the game is over and they concede the match. So far, Colossal is cooking as a closer. So let's get into the next match. So it's Cradley into Talonflame, and this is a pretty neutral-ish lead, all things considered. So we do stay in here. We do have a better matchup, but it's really good to see this Pokemon here because we could say swap if we want to. We have a lot of coverage for a Talonflame on our Rock type gym leader lineup. They're gonna respect that. We stay in. Okay, I like this. 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 We do two asses and we catch on our other rock type because we just rocking right now. We catch a flame charge. It does nothing, especially after the debuff. And we bait out a bubble Azumarill, which I don't think our Colossal wouldn't super mind seeing because it would resist the ice beam and the play rough. But because we are 4 times weak to bubble because we are rock and fire, we definitely don't want our Colossal to see this Azu. So it's pretty good to see it here. And also the side waves plus the rock slides are really adding up. I'm hoping our shield here put some more pressure on this thing. Pressure him. Pressure him. Oh, damn, man. No pressure. Man, we like to get rid of energy. I'm starting to notice, man. We like to just squander energy, don't we? We just charge up energy and let it go all the time. Anyway, we come in and we just go straight for the grass knot. We just go straight for the grass knot. We want to see Azu get out of here, and we want to save shields for. Oh my god, they want. Okay, I get it. They definitely want to. They want to make sure they get rid of my Cradley so that I can't rock tomb their Talonflame. But I'm willing to two shield here if I have to. I might not have to. We don't. We do get the nice farm down. Nothing's wrong with our attack. As Azu doesn't have any debuff moves. The last Pokemon is Bastiodon. So we see another Bastiodon team. So this was Talonflame, Azu, Bastiodon. Mm-hmm. So Talonflame is afraid of water, and so is Bastiodon. So they were ABA weak to water. Talonflame's also scared of rock, and I guess they had a steel type in the back that kind of beats rock. We are now lining our Colossal up against their Bastiodon here, charging up our Flame Charge, and this must not be a super good IV Bastiodon. I don't like. I mean, not like. I mean, the flame charge did more than I expected to do to a Bastion. Let's look at the CP here. They do send a Stone Edge, 1496. Seems like it's a decent one. Like we can take any of the damage here, and I would like to see me over farm here. And so the flame charge just tickles. Okay, we don't over farm too much, and we don't want to get so low that we're in like a fast move down range. We do undercharge a bit though, realizing that maybe we, but I mean, it's a 4 times effective move. We were that undercharge was never gonna matter. I think that well, catching would be bad here. I hope we don't go for a catch, mainly because we kind of want this boosted fire spin damage, but we do go for the switch and catch, and we're able to get to a grass knot, which should do a substantial amount of damage to this Bastion if it doesn't just straight up knock it out. And it does straight up knock it out. And we win another battle as a rock type trainer. And we're beating Bastiodons. Are again into another battle as a rock type gym leader. And it's Cradley into Cradley. Now I wonder what I want to do here. We can stay in. They are on bullet seed, so they will be pacing a bit faster than us. And they like to throw an alignment because they want to get the debuff off. I want to start debuffing them off before or debuffing them off. I want to start debuffing them. I want to start debuffing them before I take any damage as well, just to keep it even. And wow, that does a lot of damage because they let it through, even though they debuffed us first. And now I'm fine with taking some damage because I got their damage low before they could even get anything. And yeah, you see that it doesn't do much. Oh, this 1475 CP Cradily. This must be a really bad IV Cradily. I don't think a debuff Rock Tomb should have done that much. You see how much their debuff Rock Tomb did. Mine, I believe, is a rank 2 Cradily. Yeah, and that's doing a lot of damage. Um, and yeah, so we're definitely gonna be able to live this next Rock Tomb now. And we get really lucky, I think, IV wise on this lead matchup. Like I think our IV superiority here is the reason why this came out a little bit better than it should have, because they should be outpacing us if they're throwing, but they weren't throwing on proper timing. Oh, they have a Morpeko, and I switch out because we're debuffed, but I don't really think we should have. I don't want to. I don't think we should be burning a shield here. Let's just take the damage. It's gonna hurt a whole bunch. It gets us into the really, really, really deep red. But this is fine because more Pico trainers only know one thing, and that is boost their attack and shield. So I am gonna get a shield here. I imagine. There's no realm where I don't get a shield here. This is more Pico, and we get a shield as expected. And we did have a lot of energy on our Cradily. What do we want to do? We come in and we debuff right away. I like that. They're desperate to get all of the usage out of their Morpeko as they can, so they're definitely going to shield that. Now, Colossal probably does okay with the shield up, and bulky Pokemon like Clodsire and Colossal are fantastic for stuff like that. And they go for a Psychic Fangs that makes it so that we can save our Cradily on 1 HP, and they don't additionally boost up their attack. I'm gonna shield. I like this shield because this is a very, very, very strong Morpeko right now, and it's just crazy strong. We need to get rid of this thing as soon as possible if we even can. And yeah, we're able to get to a Rock Blast, really cheap move. Morpeko being so glassy, this is really fantastic for us. Morpeko's gone. The last Pokemon is a Fire type. Now, unless they're on Scorching Sands, we're in a good position. But if they're on Scorching Sands, we are not in a good position because we are 4 times weak to Ground type damage. Scorching Sands being a Ground type move because of our Rock and Fire typing. The Rock Blast, basically 2 shots. So we go for a catch. Now let's see what we did catch here. And we do catch a Scorching Sands, which is like just fantastic pro shit right now. We're just pros. We're gonna get to the next Rock Blast, and this should definitely be enough to get rid of this Ninetales. And we win that game with a fantastic catch as a Rock type gym leader in the Great League. Okay, that first set ends up being a 4-1, and I don't remember if we changed the team or not, but I do remember we really enjoyed Torkoal. So I mean, not Torkoal, Colossal, and we do another set. So let's get right into that. All right, getting into the next battle as a Rock type gym leader, and I think we're pretty comfortable with this team, so we stick with it. We see a Dunsparce in the lead. We're going to have to stay in here because we don't want any drill runs to land into our back Pokemon, and we can neutralize the drill runs here, as well as Cradily having an amazing amount of bulk to be able to handle it. I don't even think shielding the first move is even worth it. You do go for the drill run. It does a healthy amount of chip damage. We do 1 acid and queue up a Rock Tomb, now debuffing this Dunsparce. And it does a lot more damage than their drill run does. Now the next drill run would probably put us in the yellow, but not in any danger. Drill run lands. Okay, and we do 4 acids before sending another Rock Tomb. Boom. It does completely take them out. And their second Pokemon to come in is Galarian Wheezing. And we've got some decent coverage in the back, and so we protect our Cradily, which we predict that they're afraid of. And we see why they were a little bit afraid, because they had a Jellicent in the back. This side wave damage is going crazy, so now we're like able to just go for Weather Balls because they let a Rock Slide go through. And we're in such a good position now because of this. Now they're shielding weather balls. They're desperate to keep some health on their Jellicent. And I think I really should just put this all on my Colossal. That Galarian Wheezing will be resisted for the most part. Um, Brutal Swing will not be doing a lot of damage. It is the only neutral damage they have for us. Play Rough, Overheat, and Sludge will all be resisted on our Colossal because we have a Rock and Fire typing now. Fire resists Fairy, so that's why we resist the Play Rough. Rock resists Poison, and that's why we resist the Sludge. The Overheat, Rock and Fire both resist Rock and Fire both resist fire, and so if they have Overheat, we're safe there too. And so I do like making sure we just keep the alignment with putting this Colossal onto Weezing. They show us Sludge, which gives me the impression that they're probably Sludge Overheat. I haven't seen Play Rough on a Weezing in quite some time, so I doubt it's Play Rough. But them showing Sludge means either they don't know their typings or they're on Sludge Overheat, and they do show the Overheat, and now their attack is dropped, and there was no way they were gonna get through our Colossal. GG's to our opponent. We win as a Rock type gym leader. Okay, getting into the next battle as a Rock type gym leader, it is Cradily into Weezing, and we're seeing two Weezings in this set. This is a pretty decent matchup for us. The acids are neutral, but they start to look like super effective a little bit the way that they add up. Now, if he throws at 7, I'm going to predict that he is on Overheat. I'm going to shield up this potential Overheat because we get to Rock Tomb in 7 and they get to Overheat in 7, so we could be seeing P and Titan on that. And we are right. We make the right call. They are on Overheat. They were probably going to do a calm Overheat and dip shenanigans on us, hoping that we no-shielded a Sludge or Brutal Swing. But they throw after 7, so we will respect it. They switch in a Venusaur, and we switch out. Now, I do like that we switch out. I mean, we do got the Weather Ball fire damage. No, I'm not going to say I like that we switch out, but I don't like what we switched. Well, does it matter? I mean, we definitely have a much better matchup with Colossal into Venusaur because nothing would be super effective, whereas now we have to be giving up shields. And we are now down shields, which makes this really, really sketchy. I guess the thought process is keep Colossal for the end game, and sometimes you don't really make the best decisions when you have a really enjoyable closer. And this is a really enjoyable closer. The good thing about this is that we would have still got the shields with Colossal anyway, but at the very least, we are now at shield parity. We can farm down with our Colossal without having to worry about too much damage. Now, the Frenzy Plant would be neutral. We know that this Pokemon here is on Overheat. They are likely on Sludge Overheat, so we are in another safe position to just farm up with our Colossal. Colossal has just been carrying. Well, so now we see they're on Brutal Swing, but it tickles. It really doesn't matter. We are not going to throw a move here. We are going to commit to the farm down. They are going to get to another move, but it doesn't matter. Us being up energy with a Frenzy Plant user in the back, and we don't know what the third is yet. And this seems to be like a poison type gym leader. If this is a poison type, if the third is poison, then maybe it was poison versus rock or something. But no, it ends up being Whiscash, and we switch out right away instead of throwing our energy. Now, this is fine with me because all of the energy would have been resisted, and this thank you. I believe that was a CMP tie, and this Whiscash CMP tie is on a Grass Knot. Unfortunately for us, though, the Skull that lands on us does debuff our attack one stage, making it so that this Grass Knot will not knock out, but it will get them really low. Now, they sent a Skull before dipping out, and I don't want to throw any energy because I want to be the one doing the farming down. I don't want them to be the one doing the farming down. And so we make the right play. We don't throw our energy. We have a lot of energy on our Colossal, and we were able to queue up 2 flame charges. This thing's already low, so 1 flame charge should be enough. And we're able to beat a Mud Boy with our Rock and Fire type. GG's. All right, getting into another battle as a Rock type gym leader, and it is Cradily into Corsola. Now, we're both bulk monsters. Corsola is the more annoying bulk monster because Astonish is just a very fantastic fast move in regards to fast move pressure. We're able to debuff them before they throw a move, and this puts us in a really good position because Astonish will hurt a lot less and now the Nightshades also will hurt a lot less. We do not have a safe swap option in this particular situation because the other rock type on our team is Psychic. Psychic being weak to Ghost, and Astonish doing so much damage on the not very bulky Soul Rock would not be a fun situation for us. So we do opt to play this out. And so they are playing out the zeros, and we decide we decide that we want to be cheeky here, and they're double debuff, so we catch a Nightshade onto our very buff Colossal. Why does his name always elude me so often? Colossal is met with a Cradily counter swap. Mm, Now Rock Tomb would be super effective here, but we are bulky. We decide that we want to save shields in this situation. We go for a flame charge after one fire spin. And we do get a shield about it, which is really interesting. They really want to see this Colossal go away. They don't like it. We don't. We see that they don't like it, and we start protecting our Colossal as well. Rock Tomb comes through, brings back our damage, and we save the energy on our Colossal, and we go back into our own Cradily. We do get outpaced, and because they're not debuffed in any way, I'm sure that if they, especially if they settle for Grass Knot, we're just cooked. They settle for Rock Tomb, and either way, and we were cooked. So we completely sacrificed our Cradily. We come in to get a head start on energy with our Soul Rock, and we throw the Weather Ball right away. We want to put some pressure on his Cradily. It's a real problem Pokemon. We have to keep in mind that we still have energy on our Colossal, so we're not completely out of this game yet. But 3 against 2 looks like it's going to be a very uphill battle. They Grass Knot instead of debuffing us, which I respect. They are not just trying to debuff people for no reason. We simul swap and they come in Corsola while I come in with my Colossal C versus C, and we queue up the flame charge right away, boosting our attack, and because of that, we have enough fast pressure to one shot the Cradily, but the last Pokemon being Gastrodon means that this is game over. There's zero run where we can beat this Gastrodon, so we realize that and we top left GG's to our opponent. All right, getting into another battle as a rock type gym leader, and it's Cradily into Marowak. Again, pretty neutral, all things considered. It's really shield dependent, bait dependent kind of stuff. This is a non-shadow, so it makes this a little bit better for us, but also not really because now the Grass Knot won't do as much, and they are resisting our acid fast move pressure. I decide that I'm going to play that game. I don't think that that game works with a Pokemon like Gastrodon. But I play the game where I trick them into thinking I'm going to debuff their attack because I'm so scared of their Bone Club. They don't fall for it that often. Yeah, and yeah, he's not dumb. He doesn't fall for it. And so now we're just gonna just let these go. There's really no point in shielding now. We're never gonna attempt to debuff it, so we might as well take the full brunt of the damage and queue up another Grass Knot. Now, we're going to have to fight here because the Pokemon in the back do not want to be Mud Slapped. We do have a Pokemon 4 times weak to Mud Slap in the back. So we got to. And what we have to do, though, is we got to make sure they don't catch our Grass Knot. So let's see how we do this. This is what we were talking about in the last video. But we do, they switch right away. So we're able to keep our Grass Knot. And we switch our Colossal into their safe swap of Druddigan. Druddigan is my least favorite dragon out of all of the dragons ever, man. So I'm hoping that we smoke this Druddigan out his boots. Dragon Claw does a lot of damage. I'm not feeling it. We are on the same fast move timing, so I can throw whenever. Rock Blast will not do a lot of damage. Luckily for us, Druddigan is not a real Pokemon, so it's mad soft. And so this is essentially going to two-shot after the fire spins. Now, it really depends on... I don't think we have a super high... Oh, I mean, a high-rank Colossal must be fun to use. But this is just a regular Colossal. They settle for Night Slash instead of Dragon Claw. And so we live that. They do get the boost, but they're too glassy to live this next Rock Blast. So we're just chilling. And by Druddigan, you're my least favorite dragon for a very good reason. Okay, so this is sketchy, right? Because we have to just make sure. Yeah, if they see this is that was really sketchy. Like playing, making those kind of plays against pros is a really big mind f because there's no person that's in like the 2900 elo range that doesn't know that my thought process is to snipe there, and they would happily just catch that obvious snipe on something else. It's like you've got to like, oh man, you've got to do something special. You know what I mean? But luckily though, we are able to get the grass knot snipe and get rid of that Marowak. They go for play rough instead of parabolic charge, and in hindsight, it kind of starts to look like the right move because of how much damage it did. But we are able to outpace to another weather ball, and because they didn't buff their attack, it wouldn't matter because even if they did, we just get the weather ball and then the side wave down or the acid down, and we win another battle as a rock type gym leader in the Great League. GG's. All right, so getting into another battle as a rock type gym leader, and it's Cradily into Salazzle. I would say again pretty neutral, all things considered. They get to Poison Fang and two Incinerates, which is pretty sketchy because even though it's neutral damage, Salazzle has an extremely high attack stat, and it is resisting our acid. So as you can see right now, the pressure is on. These next Incinerates will hurt a whole bunch. We do two acids and queue up a Rock Tomb. They have to respect this Rock Tomb. They know we would never bait. There's no reason to. Um. Okay. They have a Marowak, which okay. Do we lose this? Because okay, they have a Marowak and they catch on a melodic, bro. I really wish that I sent the grass not, but we get a shield about it. So we debuff this melodic attack while getting a shield, so that puts us in a lot better position. This thing gets access to Aqua Tail and Wrap, and it's a debuff Aqua Tail. We decide that we're able to handle it. And basically right now what we want is a shield advantage for our Colossal. I don't know how Colossal plans on beating a Mud Slapper here, but let's see if we can get another shield because that will put us in a good position. We don't get that second shield. That's fine. We're going to have to let this go. I mean, like, what are we really going to do to that Marowak? So we come in with our Colossal and we start trying to get a head start. We need to shield this Aqua Tail, this Shadow Aqua Tail, stab from the water type melodic. Stab means same type attack bonus, by the way, if you ever hear me say stab in these videos. But we don't respect it. We go for a flame charge into the incoming Marowak. And they do, oh wow, okay, is that why we win this? Because we have two shields and we're able to live the non-shadow mud slaps. So we're able to, okay, let's look at this. Oof. This is really sketchy and close. Melodic is scary. They do get the Bone Club through. Are we ever able to get there? They keep throwing moves, so that's giving us they're under tapping too. It's giving us extra energy. We have the tiniest amount of health on our Cradily. Are we ever living these mud slaps? We do live the mud slaps. We get to this grass knot. Is it enough to take out this Marowak? This is a non-shadow Marowak, so they probably live it. Oh, they live it slightly, but this is probably enough for one. Oh, they try to catch, and this is probably enough for one fire spin to take them out. We live the mud slap, even though it's 4 times effective. Colossal is just a beast, and I think I will unironically use it next season, dude. That thing is a beast, man. So yeah, we're able to claim another 4-1 with the Colossal Rock team, and yeah, Rock was pretty satisfying. It was pretty satisfying being a Rock type gym leader. We have around 2 or 3 more of these typings left to review, and man, I had a really good time, man, because I really want to get these all out before January is over, so that I can move on to the other challenges that we covered. So February will be the other challenges outside of the gym leader challenge, but I will be speed running, dropping these videos to get that cute little playlist together, man. I like the way the playlist looks with all the thumbnails and stuff. I'm really excited about the work I've done this season. Yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the battles as well, yo. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. It just really helps out, man. I am a part of the Pokemon community just like you, bro. We support each other, and I appreciate your support, man. This is one of the most supportive communities I've ever been a part of, so I appreciate it, man. Please like, subscribe, share. I am on X, and I do stream on Twitch, 9:30 p.m. PST almost every day. So if you want to catch me doing some of using challenges live, please feel free to do so, yo. Thank you for hanging out, yo. It's your boy Tap, and I'm out. Peace.